Hey guys, this is Mickett. Just a recap of the last war against Boston Strong 2. I'm going to do a couple replays. First, let's start off though and take a look at the overview. Let's pull up the war stats. Basically, both had good participation, and you can see that we were able to pull out an extra 3-star. They had extra 2 stars, and basically we were able to pull out to an early lead, and they were able to catch up quite a bit towards the end. Their number 1 and number 2 showed up finally towards the end and got some stars for them, but they weren't able to catch up. We were able to stay just ahead of them. We had a few attacks that went wrong the way at the end. Otherwise, we should have been able to keep more of a lead, but myself included. But to take a look at what we have, our team basically very good participation. Had a few that didn't show for their second attack, but very good participation, and they basically had the same thing. They had a few, but theirs were a little bit lower. All right, so let's just jump right into a few of the replays. First, I'm going to try and get I try and usually get a hog attack and a dragon attack, and then like a higher up one. Let's see what I've got here. Oh, I think it's down here actually. Okay, I'm going to do a replay of this. This is one, it's a little less usual to see this one. It's called a stomp and fry. You see the mix of hogs and dragons. Basically, what you're trying to do is you're trying to take out those 3 ADs that you've got going in the middle there. And obviously, if it's a Town Hall 9, then you have 4. But Mahna is a new Town Hall 9, and so he actually has the extra spell, so that helps a lot in this case. But he's going to come in with his hogs and his dragons. But first, you got to get the draw. So let's go in here. You always have to get that draw anytime you're using hogs or loons, because otherwise you're going to have a lot of trouble with whatever comes out of the CC. All right, so he gets the draw there, and he just is going to lose his one hog there. But he decides to opt to put down this Barb King because this Tesla pops. And then he comes in. I actually don't know if this is a second attack or a first attack. I think it's a second attack. So he probably knew that Tesla was there. Anyways, what usually you do is you get those dragons in there. Now, what he wants to do is get his hogs in there. He does a single finger drop, try and bring in his hogs in there. He's just kind of watching him like a hawk with his heal spells. He gets a little lucky there. They don't all go to the left, but it worked out fine. And actually, he was able to keep quite a few of the hogs there. He drops his other heal up there to be able to keep them alive. And making good headway. Now what you notice is the dragons are basically doing all the cleanup ahead of time. As long as you get all those ADs, you're set. You don't need the hogs for too much cleanup because 4 dragons without any sort of defenses to take them down is pretty good. Now you notice he kept that poison spell. One of the things that a lot of people choose when they opt to go with hogs, that Tesla pops up there, by the way, after you get to 51%. And so sometimes it doesn't show up till later. That's why sometimes they'll actually kind of go in strange directions like that. So they're going over to the other side to get that Tesla, but the Queen's going to take it down, and they're just going to turn around and beat on whatever they've got left there, which is good. Take out those Skellies. The Dragon's going to work on the Barb King a little bit. Anyways, so the idea is that the Dragons basically are going through and doing all the cleanup. You almost don't need the hogs to do any cleanup. However, if you have extra hogs, that's fine. But you just got to make sure that you have enough hogs. You need to take enough to be able to get through the whole base, or you could have big problems if one of those ADs lives. So anyways, just all of this is cleanup, so I'm just going to speed through it. All right, it was done anyways. All right, so good job by Mahna. All right, next I'm going to try and do a hog attack. I believe this is a go-ho attack. Let's see. Yep. Nordy has this pretty much perfected. He's going to just throw one hog down to get the draw. Now, just while I'm kind of filling time here, because he anchors one out here just to draw everything out there. Dragon obviously goes a little faster. He's going to probably opt. He drops his witch there. He probably opt not to use a poison spell here. If you bring a witch there, they can usually keep enough up front. It's certainly backed up with some wizards and a arch queen. That you can be able to go without the poison spell, and that way you can keep it for when the hogs are out there and the skeletons, if there's any ground skeletons, which there usually are, you can use them for those and kind of get rid of them because they get kind of pesky. Anyways, breaks through there really nicely. And one of the things you'll see here he's trying to do, if you just stop it for a second, he's trying to get into that archer queen. That archer queen is very important to get into. Now he opts not to bring a jump spell, so he's going to have to rely upon his troops to be able to get into that archer queen through a wall or whatever the case may be. If she jumps the wall, then fine, but you don't necessarily know. Another option would be to just come with the jump spell, drop it, but he decides to bring wall breakers, does a great job breaking in there. Now let's see if he can get a hold of that archer queen. She hops back behind that wall, but I believe the archer queen is going to come up here. The reason why you got to get the archer queen out of the way is because she will just take out the hogs, and she will just do incredible damage. Okay, so the Barb King gets through there, the rest of the wizards take her out. You can see his hogs are just going around the top. They don't have any double giant bomb spots they can run into. He has now an extra heal spell he can play with to keep those, so that means he can drop them a little sooner and keep a few more of the hogs alive. If you go with a jump spell, the nice thing is getting the Arch Queen, which you have to. But if you take the jump spell, obviously you're one heal spell shy. So you have to try and spare them a little bit more, use them a little more sparingly. Anyways, just making headway through here. He has a lot of things left, but however, he's been able to take out those giant bombs while I was talking. The golem went over there and took those out, and that was key, because otherwise he could have a lot of problems with these double giant bomb spots. He only has one there. He's able to keep it alive. No double giant bomb spots left. He didn't have that many hogs spring. He's in good shape. Basically, I'll just kind of fast forward through this. They basically are going to go around. Now, just while I'm thinking about this, if you end up at this point, often you want to try and keep back one wizard. If you end up with an extra wizard, not at this point, but a little sooner than this, you would drop a wizard up, say, where that archer is, or maybe even down here a little bit, and try and break this funnel. So hopefully then the hogs would then shoot over towards the middle and get into the middle faster. Because one of the things that's a big problem with the Goho is that at the end of that, you've got all your hogs together. And realistically, if you have about 5 or 6 hogs, they can't go through it any faster than if you have, if you have like 20 hogs, they can't go through it any faster than if you have 5 or 6 hogs, because the other ones are never quite catching up to the other ones because they're always running behind, and the 5 or 6 take them out, and then they move on and they get to the next one. So that's one of the things that really slows down, and that's why we talk about when they clump up. If you had 5 or 6 at the top and 5 or 6 at the bottom, it will basically go twice as fast than if you had 12 or even 20 at the bottom. So anyways, but he has taken care of so many things. That witch and the wizards and the arch queen took away a lot of the stuff. They turn on the Barb King there. The hogs do. Good job, Nordy. Well done. All right, I'm going to do one more. I'm going to hop up top. I saw this one live, but I haven't watched the replay, so I will kind of analyze it as we go. Obviously, Town Hall 10, he brings... he's trying to get in there, and the big thing you got to think about with the Town Hall 10s especially is the Inferno Towers there and how you're going to get into that Town Hall. Because in bases like this, your guys will tend to want to circle around because they go from defense to defense. So you either need to bring like a jump spell or some way to be able to get into the middle so that they will, rather than go around the outside, they'll cut towards the middle. All right, because otherwise the Inferno Towers will just take you. Now, both these Inferno Towers are set to multi, and so... he has to be thinking about that, but that doesn't scare him on his golems as much. Okay, so he's attacking from this side, brings in a couple of golems. These golems will last forever because they are just super tanky. Brings in some wall breakers. That goes pretty well. He's able to get into the one compartment there, and he brings another golem. So far, all he's doing is he's just making a funnel here so that he can be able to send up his P.E.K.K.A.s through the middle, and they won't wander around the outside. P.E.K.K.A.s, people often complain about. They're like, oh, my P.E.K.K.A.s were stupid, or they didn't do what they were supposed to. You know what? They go to the nearest one. So if you place them and the nearest one is something else, it's not the P.E.K.K.A.'s fault. So just make sure that you do a good job of trying to funnel them. See, now the P.E.K.K.A.s have nowhere else to go but up the middle. So they're going to go up there. Now the CC troops come out. Now those can be pretty dangerous if you're not careful with them, because they can actually, those, especially with the combination of the dragon and the wounds, can do a lot of damage on, say, like a Barb King or P.E.K.K.A.s or even golems, because they're doing massive damage. All right, so you see he's got his P.E.K.K.A.s into the middle there. He used the jump spell. He wisely placed it so he could be able to go across both of them and span both of those and get his guys into the middle. They're doing that. I don't know if they take out this second Inferno Tower. I think he does. He's under a rage that just goes down quickly, and he's not going to be able to pull off the 3. Just doesn't have enough left, and it's difficult because against a Town Hall 10 to try and go wipe a 3-star is pretty tricky unless you're bringing some other things like some hogs or some loons to be able to supplement on the tail end. You lose the momentum with the go wipe. It's a great strategy to go after to get 2 stars because it just pushes hard towards that middle, but you can often get stuck in that middle there. And if you can hold on to a jump spell and put it on the tail end, but if you do that, then of course you're shy 1 spell on the front side, which you really want, whether it be a freeze spell, heal spell, rage, whatever. Anyways, nice job by Stu to be able to pull off the 2 stars early on their number 2. Good job. Anyways, well done, Titans. I'm proud of everybody for pulling this one off. We've actually had a pretty good run of here. We lost the one right before this, but we were able to have a good run there. It looks like a 5 before that. Hoping to start another run here. So make sure that you like and subscribe, and go Titans.